this Fresh Wave odor removing gel, and a lot. It absorbs it. I've had it in for about 48 hours. I'm going to be honest with you. It still smells like a litter box. So, what some people were saying is, hey, why don't you replace the carbon filter? So, this is, whoops, Butterfingers over here. So this is the carbon filter. I have the links in the description if you guys want to look. Oh my goodness. Clinton, can you stop that? Okay. So I have the links in the description if you guys want to check it out. And sorry for the delay, you guys. I had to figure out my links and get all my measurements and all my costs because I wanted to share it with you guys. So this one, Little Robot shows that it is. Let me show what the measurements is. Okay. Sorry for my boo-boos here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it here. So this is the one on the bottom, the Little Robot. Okay. So this is a Little Robot one. It is, oh my goodness. Clinton is just like knocking things over right now. Clinton, can you stop that? Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you do a live stream. Okay. So I don't think he can knock anything down now. So with the Little Robot one, this one, they tell you what the size is. It's 3.5 inches by 10 inches, but they don't give you the width. So the width here is about, it looks like 0.5 inches, right? On the thick side. But there is a, you see over here, it looks like it's 0.5 inches. But when I was doing some research, some people said that they bought this other filter, this Pure Bird carbon filter. I believe it is the second link in my description. The measurements here are 16 by 48 by 0.125 inches. So you can see it's substantially thinner than this one. However, this one, right? You get 3 filters for $19. This is original. It comes out to $6.33 each. So you're supposed to replace this every 3 months or as necessary. So this will last you, right, less than a year. This one over here, depending on if you want to double it up, the cost will obviously be double, right? So they had a 1-pack and they had a 2-pack. So I did the calculations. If you just did a single one for the Pure Bird carbon filter, it would have been $274 if you bought the 1-pack. If you bought the 2-pack, which would be enough for 8, right? Because then you would get 2 of these 16 by 48 by 0.125 inches. Then it would come out to $2.12. However, if you wanted to double up, then the filter would come out to, what was that, $5 and 50 something cents, and then $4 and $4.48, I believe. Yeah. So this is, we don't have this one. We have germ guardians around the apartment. So we've had this like carbon filter, and the carbon filter is supposed to reduce the smell a lot. So for this one, it comes in a 4-pack, and I had this lying around the house. I had no idea what to do with this thing. So I remember we had it, and I thought, hey, you know what? Let me try and use that. So this is, total, each one is like a long strip. Let me show you guys this one. So because the original Little Robot one is like 10 inches long. Where's the Little Robot? So this is the dirty one, right? Because this says 19.9 inches total, you can get about 2 of them. One's gonna be a little shorter, but you can get about 2 of them if you're lucky, right? You're gonna have little gaps here. So this one, I said, well, if I try to make one a little shorter than the other, then it's gonna come out to $1.74. However, right, it's not going to be Perfect, because there is a little bit of shortage here. See? The reason why Clinton is meowing is Lewis is on the phone and I'm streaming right now. So, see. So what I did is, you can see it's like a little smaller. See that? Little smaller than this. I cut it in half. And is this is the one cut in half, I believe. Wait, where's my piece? Yeah, so I cut it in half. See, these are two pieces that I cut in half. And then you can compare them with the little robot. The little robot is slightly bigger. See that? But I don't see it's like this one. See the difference over here? Is not that too much. It's like, let's find my measuring tape. It is like half an inch here. Half an inch, because remember when I showed you guys the measurements? This is like 19.25 inches. It's actually 0.75 short, because the regular one is 10 inches. Yeah, so if you divide, if you round this up to 20, right, then you would get about 2 pieces out of the one little robot size. So what I decided to do is I got these 2 pieces and I can cut them up to size. So this is the original. This is the Captain Compass Germ Guardian over here. And it's really easy. You just cut it to size here. So I'm just using the one that I had from the little robot on top. So this matches, see? And it's a little short, but it's really not that big of a deal. So when you put them in, because this 2 of these thickness look like it's about the same size, right? I don't know how this was originally, so it might have puffed up, who knows? But a lot of people, they just use one. So that's the reason why I said, see, it's not too much of a difference. I don't know if you can see. Let me see. So 0.2 inches versus, what was the other one that I measured? I think I said measured 0.5. What's this? Am I imagining things? Oh, no. Yeah, see? It's like about 0.25. See? Right, so this is 0.5 right there. And this would be 0.2. So 0.2 inches, I know this was a terrible stream. 0.2 inches versus 0.25 inches. It's not that big of a difference. It looks like it's bigger, but who knows? Who knows? So a lot of people, they just use one of these, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I just replaced the filter, and this is the filter. Yes, you get to see the cat poop, because this is reality. Reality is that you're gonna see this stuff. So when you do this, right? I took it out. You see that part over here? So this is my replacement filter here. And I'm just gonna put this over here. And you see there is a small little gap there, but the air holes are covered up. See, the air hole is over here and the air hole is over there. It covers it up perfectly. And if I wanted to, which I am going to do, I can put in my fresh wave over here in the corner, and then I have my garbage bag, and then I hook it up over here. See, like that. Hold on, I do need to have a opening for this. It's a little harder to do this with one hand only. I'm gonna be real here, but I think that's not bad. Yeah, there. So I've heard they say make sure that you don't cover up this air thing too much. And this is actually 2 days worth of poop from 3 cats. It is quite a bit. So let's see over here. Put this back up. And we will see how this thing works. I will, looking at this stuff, oh my goodness, hold on. There we go. So, and I'm going to press reset here. So, with that being said, most likely I would be repurchasing these Captain Compasses, just because I feel like, well, we already have them. We already use them from the Germ Guardian. I'll see how this is. Let you guys know in 3 months or sooner if I notice a difference in the scent. Some people have differencing about the filters. Some people say, hey, the filter doesn't work, they're useless, even the Little Robot one. Other people swear by it. But it does make sense, right? They said if you're not changing the filter, then maybe the scents get stuck in here. And I did smell this. It does not smell very pleasant. So let's just, just keeping it real over here. If you guys look at the bottom here, you can see all the air holes are covered up by that Captain Compass Germ Guardian, even though it was a little bit short. See, so this is the breakdown of the price that I calculated. I would not actually, I take that back. I would not actually double up. I don't think you have a need to double up, but I could be wrong. But I'm gonna see how it is working singly, because when I was looking on people online, people said that, yeah, they just did that. Actually, so Jim says this needs to be scooped. According to Little Robot, it does not need to be scooped. So the whole thing about the Little Robot is you don't have to dump it until it tells you that it's full. So I'm gonna go and see how that works out, because I want to give an honest review of the Little Robot in the future, and I don't want to tell you guys like, oh, okay, yeah, I have to actually dump it out earlier that the scent becomes overwhelming. So I'm hoping by replacing the filter plus getting this the Fresh Wave, I can tell you honestly, like if I replace the filter, and yes, I know it's not the authentic Little Robot, but this is, people are recommending, or people are saying like, oh, you don't have to use the genuine Little Robot. It's just a carbon filter. You can use this pure carbon filter or any carbon filter. And as I mentioned before, the one that I'm using, the Captain Compass, is slightly thicker. And you guys can look it in on the link if you don't believe me. This is listed at 0.2, and this one is 0.125. I believe the Little Robot, I know it's a little puffy here. See how puffy this thing looks like? I think this is, well, yeah, which way I think it is. It is 0.25. Yeah, but yeah, you see it's kind of like puffy over here. So that's what's kind of like throwing me off. See, so over here it's 0.5. But over here it's 0.25. And I think it's just a little puffy because maybe it's old. I don't know if they replaced the filter when the previous owner replaced the filter, but this side is thicker than this side, and could just been it absorbed odors. Who knows? So yeah, this is something that I heard about, but everybody's like talking about going to Walmart to buying the carbon filter, and I wanted to just give you a price breakdown. I don't anticipate doubling this thing up, but right, if I find out in a week or two it's not filtering well, or if I'm still smelling something, then I will try to double this thing up. I don't know if I can actually. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Looks at the $1 million house and she's that. Hey, you know what? You have to learn math for a reason, right? So this one that we have, I was surprised it comes out to $1.74. It's actually substantially cheaper. So these are the single prices. I don't know how it would be if you double it up. I really don't know. I don't know how carbon filters work. If you have like it's too thick, then it'll maybe filter less. But it seems that this one, right, with one side being 0.25 and the other one being 0.5, I'm gonna assume that it just got puffier, or just got, yeah, over time. So I think the 0.2 Captain Compass Germ Guardian is fine, and that's what I'm going to be sticking with. Again, I've been looking online. People said people haven't been doubling up the filters. They are just using one, and that's why what the underlying prices over here, this is just one. And yeah, this is just one for the Little Robot. The cost of the Little Robot, from what I can tell, like I should not have to be doubling up on the Fresh Wave odor absorber, odor neutralizer, plus the filter. But here's the thing. I've been reading for Little Robot. Some people say that they replace the filters and it still stinks. Some people say they've had the Little Robot for only 2 weeks, and it was brand new from the company, and they had to return it because the smell was so unbearable. So don't underestimate how stinky the Little Robot can be. And if And if you think about it, right, like for certain people, if they have a cat, like especially a male cats are more, their waste is more stinky than a female cat. It's gonna add up. The smell's gonna add up pretty damn fast, especially because it's stuck on the bottom. And plastics, right? Plastics absorb odors. That's why if you smell your trash can, it just smells so terrible. And there's no way of getting rid of that smell. People said that they've been trying to scrub it. They've been trying to they've cleaned it thoroughly, and the base just absorbs the smell. And that is the reality of things. When I'm doing these reviews of the Little Robot, I'm not going to be sugarcoating this at all, because this is a $500 machine. Yeah, this Little Robot is a $500 machine. So if people buy this stuff, or if they think about trying it out, or let's say they've never bought a Little Robot before, they decide to buy it used, I want to be very upfront with you guys and tell you, like, hey, this is the reality of the Little Robot. Maybe you won't end up with like a stinky waste bin, but maybe you will. And if you do end up with a stinky waste bin, this is the stuff that I'm using to try and control it. Now, the only way that I'm going to be able to tell you for sure if this works or not is get back to you in about, let's say, a week or 2 weeks, and just let natural time, time get into it. But yesterday we came home and I had an odor eliminator in there, right? It came in on, I think, Saturday I put it in, and today is Tuesday. Once we stepped in the door, even though we have 2 Germ Guardian air filters in here, I could smell from the door that the cat poop. Yeah. I could smell it, and I was like, holy crap, that smell is so strong. So normally, right, if I'm scooping the poop, it's like I would just dispose of the poop right away. But for a Little Robot, they said you don't have to dump the poop out until the light blinks, and that is exactly what I'm following. So I want to see, like, if I can get rid of the smell by replacing the filter and using this odor eliminator. Other people, they put like those Arm & Hammer baking soda fridge packs inside of there. I mean, I will try that. I will try that if the carbon filter doesn't work, plus the odor eliminator. And maybe I'll get to a point where I said, look, I have a fridge pack in there. I got an odor eliminator in there. I got a filter in there. I have 2 filters in there, and it still smells. And if it still smells, right, that is something that I want you guys to be aware of. I don't want you guys to see this glamorized image of the Little Robot and think like, oh yeah, if I get a Little Robot, it's not gonna smell. Because if you look into the reviews like I have, the smell is a very, very much a real issue. Another criticism I've had about the Little Robot, I've told you guys about, is that the cycle, and this is deviating a little off track, but I'm gonna just combine it in here. The cycle over here, I can only adjust it from 3 minutes, 7 minutes, and 15 minutes. So after the cat does its business, the Little Robot will cycle only those 3 settings, 3, 7, 15. They recommend 15 because that allows the poop to harden a little bit more. Unfortunately, if you have a cat that poops like Oreo, even if he's on prescription food, even if he's on probiotics, his poop is still soft. So as a result of that, his poop does not harden completely in 15 minutes. I wish I could set this to like maybe 1 hour after they poop or 2 hours after they poop, because what I've learned is the cats do not poop all freaking day. If you guys saw my previous stream where I had this thing going on for 6 hours or so, right? There was 6 hours of no cat pooping or peeing in there. And I'm okay. I'm okay with just letting it maybe sit around for 2 hours after the last cat poops. But, Little Robot does not give you that option. In fact, I don't think that they have any desire to change this. And maybe it's just me, because this Little Robot 3 Connect has been out since about 2018. They haven't made any, from what I picked up, maybe they changed something, but it's not like they really changed any of the settings. And I think that's really such a shame, because if you allow a user to change it to, let's say, 2 hours instead of 15 minutes, I feel like people would feel like they got more bang for their buck, and they also have a lot more control. $500 for a Little Robot, I maintain, is overpriced. I'm lucky that I got this for free, not sponsored, in case you guys are just clicking on my channel for the first time. I found this on the street, I fixed it up, I couldn't locate the power cord. I think someone took it, and I cleaned it up, and yeah. So the smell is not because I didn't clean it. I did get a wipe down. I did use an odor eliminator on this thing. It's just that for anybody who scoops the cat poop, you will know that freaking cat poop just smells noxious at some point, especially if you have an Oreo cat over here. He's a male cat. He's a male cat with stool issues, and he's been through the vet. There's nothing, he doesn't have parasites or anything. He has digestive issues, so that's why he's on this special prescription food. But still, the freaking smell is crazy. So yeah, the original filters, I think for what, $6. Let me show you guys this one. I wish I had a whiteboard to show you guys this. For $6.33 every 3 months, I think it's ridiculous. Like, really, you're gonna tell me this little thing is $6.33, and this little thing is $1.74 if I buy a generic, right? Like, geez, little robot. So that's another reason why I decided to use garbage bags, right? So you can see clearly when you saw on the bottom over here, I had a garbage bag. You can see the garbage bag sticking out. It's just a 13-gallon black garbage bag from Costco because we have them lying around. And a lot of Little Robot users use this because it's far cheaper, and you don't have to make a special purchase from Little Robot just for your litter bags. And people say you have more coverage using a garbage bag versus a litter bag. The only downside about using a garbage bag is you might block the DFI sensor. You know, the little sensor saying, oh, there's too much poop in here. Yeah, if you block the sensor, then it'll erroneously say, oh, the thing is full. So you just gotta like readjust the garbage bag so it's a little flatter, and that's it. But it's you know, it's straightforward. So that's why a lot of people have been doing that. Overall, we will see how this filter works. But yeah, after cutting it in half, right? After cutting it in half, this is my excess from half of it. So it's just, see? So I cut it in half and then I cut it to size. So this was the original piece cut in half. And then after I cut off the excess, you guys can see it's actually not that much waste. So I will personally continue using the Captain Compass. I know this might come off as a little preliminary, but the fact that it is, you know, thicker than the one that other people are using, right? 0.2 inches versus 0.125 inches. And we have it already lying around, and it's cheaper. I might as well just go with this one. I'll give you an update in about 2 weeks. And I do, you know, if I remember, I'll try to update the description when I do make that follow-up video. But this is what I'm using, and we will see if it works. I don't think there's any big difference in carbon filters. If you guys have any recommendation for other carbon filters I could use, you know, definitely leave me a comment or let me know. Because I'm curious to know, is there like a creme de la creme or something like that of carbon filters, right? Is there something, I don't know, like some really good carbon filter that I'm not aware of, or is all carbon filters the same? I don't know. And maybe someone out there knows better than me and can say, hey, you know, if you want the best carbon filter out there that's going to be better than the Little Robot filters, then go for this filter. And I'm open to trying it out, but I don't know if there's any proprietary difference in one carbon filter versus another carbon filter. Just the thickness, it seems, right? But who knows? Why not fold the extra and suck it in? I could have done that. I actually could have done that. I just cut it to size. I could have maybe, you know, folded that, and then that way this part would be a little double filter. That could work. Or I could actually just clip it in, right? Clip it in and see how that works. Or I could double filter it right now. But yeah, I could have folded it in. You're right. I could have actually folded it in. Because see, like if I have this and I fold it, I could have done that. I didn't think about that. So yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Maybe all you have to do is just cut it in half, or maybe you don't even have to cut it in half, right? Maybe you can use the Captain Compass filter and just say, you know what? Here's a long strip. Let me go out. Here's a long strip that's 19 inches. It's about double the length of the Little Robot. Just go like this. And then fold it like this. Now I think this might be a little too big for the clips, but this would be quite a bit of filtration. Now, would this impede airflow? That's the thing I don't know. Is there a reason? Is there a reason why I don't see any like 1 inch thick carbon filters? But yeah, you could actually do that. You could do that. Yeah, I can't change the settings, unfortunately. It's only 3,715, and we already have it on the max setting. See, so you could fold it, you could actually avoid cutting it. But the cost of this, right? Instead of it being 174, it would be double. It would be $3.48. Just being transparent here, just being transparent. But the good thing is that you wouldn't have to do anything. You could just like get it out of this freaking bag, fold it in half, and ta-da, like that. Let's actually see how this looks like. I don't want to just like talk about this and not actually do it. So let's see how this looks like. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Here we go here. Let's pull this thing out. If you have a cat, you're probably used to dealing with this stuff. Okay, let's see. And I took out the clips here. Freaking cat. Let's see. Does this actually fit in? Actually, you know what? I don't think it would fit in. You know why? Because look over here. See the tray? The tray's only a certain thickness. So the way I could test this out is try fit another one in here. Yeah, it's not going to fit in. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, the tray itself is shallow, so yeah, it's not. I don't think it's going to fit in. Yeah, I don't think I could double it up. And carbon filter, I don't know if you can kind of tell, but the more you play around with it, the more they have these little black dots over here. So if you look over here on the bottom, that's all those black dots is from the carbon filter. Can I? Can I double it up? Oh, actually, you know what? It looks like I can double it up. My bad. Actually can, but I don't think I can fold the excess down because then it would be 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it looks like you can actually double it up if you wanted to. So these two, right? These two were cut. I cut them in half and I already cut them. I already cut the excess off. Let's see if that works. Okay, it's a little snug. Not gonna lie. But it does fit in there. If you double it up, it does fit in there. But again, I can't talk to you about airflow. I don't know if you have double the filter, if it is going to work better. And then I could, you know, slip this underneath here. But it is feeling a little snug. See? But yeah, see? So if you wanted to double up, you can double up. But I'm going to use one right now. Oh my goodness. Having my face right in the litter box. Litter Robot does not talk about this. They don't talk about the freaking smell from the waste. And yeah, this is a fresh way. Some people swear by it. They say that they use it for their cat's litter box and they don't smell anything. And I'm not going to say that it's not true or not, but if you have an Oreo and a Mr. Clinton and a Blackberry, but mostly Oreo, you are going to smell stuff. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Is that right? Yeah, that is right. See? Okay, reset. Okay. So, yeah, I will, so I'm going to end this stream, and I simply wanted to share this thing with you guys, and again, you can look into doubling it up if you want. I'm going to go with it singly, see if it makes a difference. If this does not make a difference in like 2 weeks, then I will double it up, see if I can smell anything after 2 weeks. And if I still do, then that tells me, yeah, the freaking carbon filter is not enough. Hopefully it does make a difference. But yeah, I'm just gonna let time naturally tell you. I don't want to tell you like, oh yeah, 48 hours later, yeah, this definitely doesn't work. I want to give it ample time. So maybe not 2 weeks, maybe like 1 week, right? I mean, like freaking, how long does it take this stuff to absorb odors? Plus with an odor eliminator as well. So these are the increased costs, in my opinion, of a Little Robot that nobody from marketing and Little Robot likes to talk about. Some people, it's like, I don't know if I'm just being a complainer here or just being realistic here, but I kind of feel like, yeah, there really should be something more from Little Robot in terms of odor elimination outside of the carbon filter, because it's not just me, it's other people too. And as I mentioned before, people have said that they return their Little Robot after the trial period, or within the trial period, simply because of the smell. And these are new machines, right? These are new machines with brand new filters, and they were still having that kind of issue. So if you do buy from Little Robot and you do take advantage of that trial offer, I think it's an in-home trial for 90 days. You are responsible for return shipping if it doesn't work out. Now, I don't know how much return shipping is, but I would imagine that it could be upwards of like $50 or so. This is like a 25-pound machine. But I could be wrong. I just did not, for me personally, I did not want to buy a Little Robot because I felt like, man, this thing is so freaking big. I didn't want to drag it over to the post office and deal with it that way. Yeah, I mean, even me just carrying this on the freaking subway in New York City, it looked ridiculous. So I can only imagine how big this box is for sure. But this is me just being transparent about my thoughts about this. Again, I do encourage you guys do research about the Little Robot if you decide to buy it. $500 is pricey for a Little Robot. And as I've mentioned before, I really hope that Little Robot does lower their price point. This is definitely a convenience item, but it is not perfect. It definitely is not perfect, especially if you have a cat with wet poop like Oreo. You will have smears, it will be gross, and yeah, you guys can look at my video that I've been doing about the Little Robot and see the smears and things like that. Even today, Oreo pooped again, he smeared, I have to wipe down the Little Robot on the inside again. And I don't have that with the traditional litter box. The only upside about this Little Robot versus the traditional litter box is I don't feel that I have to scoop this thing all the time, right? If you forget about scooping a litter box, let's say if you're on a trip or you have someone just checking up on the cats once a day, 3 cats pooping in one litter box can add up to poop really quickly. Also, Oreo has a bad habit of stepping in his poop or another cat's poop. I don't know what it is. So I figured that a Little Robot would be really handy for Mr. Oreo cat and have him avoid stepping his poop. Now, the thing that I will share with you guys, Oreo looked like he stepped in some pee yesterday, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, or I have this thing set up so every 15 minutes this thing scoops. So that told me if he's stepping in a pee clump, most likely he peed, he tried to cover it, and while he was covering his own pee, he stepped in his pee. Yeah, so this is but maybe I was wrong. Maybe there was some pee on the side and then he accidentally stepped in a clump. But either way, Oreo cannot avoid maybe stepping in his own poo or pee clump, or one poo or pee clump inside of the litter box. That's too much for him. He's not the most coordinated cat, but I was hoping that I could avoid having to wipe his paws. And yesterday night I had to wipe his paw because I was like, what is this, Oreo? Is this urine on your back paw? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's just this is reality. I can't wait to do a real to give you my full thoughts about the Little Robot. I'll probably do this in about a month or so, and but I can already give you, some spoilers from my initial thoughts about this, right? I don't think you can go without either a carbon filter or some kind of odor eliminator or odor neutralizer. The smell will knock you out, especially if you have a stinky poop cat. And if you don't know what a stinky poop cat is, smell your cat's litter box. Is it sometimes it's like you come home and the litter box just like knocks you off your feet kind of thing? If you do, you got a stinky poop cat. And just because it's in a nice $500 Little Robot doesn't mean the smell went away, okay? It's in fact, it's like keeping this damn thing in a bucket with a covered lid. And every time I open this thing or every time I change it, I'm like, oh, I can smell the litter. So I don't smell it right now, but I could have been acclimated to it. I'm sure if I leave the house for a couple hours and I come back, I'd smell it or I won't smell it. And as I've told you before, right? It's a little disappointing to me to have to see this because I have seen Little Robot ads for years. I thought like, man, if we have a Little Robot, this will be the litter box that will like beat the crap out of all the other litter boxes. But when you face reality, right? If you're holding poop in a plastic container for 2 weeks, and not 2 weeks, for a couple of days, or maybe a week or week and a half, depending on how much the cat's poop and pee, right? That's how often you're supposed to change it. You can change it earlier. Oh, I can smell like a whiff of urine right now. This is with the odor eliminator. Yeah, maybe I'll put some baking soda in there too, and try everything under the freaking sun, trying to get rid of this odor. But freaking cat urine and cat poop, just noxious stuff. So, yeah, at this moment, for anybody who's watching this video, I would hold off on buying a litter robot. I don't want to like tell you like wholeheartedly like, yeah, this is a convenience item, it's gonna be perfect for your cat. I don't want to lie to you guys. If you have a cat with regular poop that doesn't have like soft stools, kind of like soft surf stool, then I think you should be okay. But I would just try to be realistic here. Don't fall for marketing that makes it sound like this is just perfection. Because in my opinion, it's not. Based on other reviews, it's not. It's just convenient because you don't gotta scoop their poop. But once you don't scoop their poop, then you have to think, if I'm storing the poop underneath this compartment for a week, how do you make sure this scent or this smell does not just become so noxious that, yeah, if someone randomly comes over, they're like, holy crap, when was the last time you changed your litter box, right? It's a little embarrassing to say, oh, I haven't changed it in 2 days, right? It's like, oh, 2 days? Well, why don't you put an odor eliminator in here? Why don't you put a carbon filter in here? Well, there is an odor eliminator in there, a very recommended one. And there is a new carbon filter in here too. So the carbon filter, I don't know how it works. It doesn't have like a fan attached to it. It looks like I just put the freaking black square in there, and it's like, ta-da, carbon filter. But it's not like, air is getting sucked in or air is getting pushed out from there as well. So I don't know I don't know if it's just like, well, if the smell leaks out from there, then hopefully it absorbs it. But you gotta think, right? This has to be some pretty freaking strong cat poop too, because I have 2 things in there, and maybe I need to give it more time. Maybe I'm being too impatient. But yeah, me standing in front, 1.5 feet from the litter box, I can smell the litter right now. Yeah. So that is all I wanted to say about this. If you guys are watching it, I hope this information helps you if you guys have a litter robot. I think the Captain Compass Germ Guardian is a good replacement right now, but you know what? Check back in 2 weeks. When I do make an updated video, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, when I do make an updated video, I'll let you guys know that, hey, do I think it worked? Do I not think it worked? I truly, truly don't think that the Purebird carbon filter, let me show you guys this. I truly don't think the Purebird carbon filter would be superior to the thicker Germ Guardian one. This is a generic one. This is a generic Germ Guardian pre-filter that comes with. Let me show you guys this one. See, so it's a replacement carbon filter for the Germ Guardian. We have 2 of these in the apartment. Okay, we have 2 of these Germ Guardians in the apartment with this odor eliminator, with the new filter. And I can still smell the cat poop. I can still smell it. So, maybe Arm & Hammer baking soda will be the cure. Who knows? But I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm going to give it probably 1 to 2 weeks and then give you an update. And if you guys listen to any of my streams in the future, I'll let you guys know regularly, like, do I still smell cat poop? Right? Yeah, I'm not scooping the poop. But if I still have to wipe down the smears inside of the globe and stuff, is that really convenient for me, right? And then if someone comes by, right, if they see one of the poop smears inside, like I told you guys, Oreo pooped and his poop smeared inside of the globe again. If someone comes by, they'd be like, holy crap, this thing looks filthy. And I could just say, yeah, I just wiped it down yesterday. And Oriole's poop just does not go well with the litter robot. Maybe one day. If only I could set this thing for 1 or 2 hours, I don't think I would have that smearing issue. But since I only can do 15 minutes, this is the reason why this happens. You're asking the hell out of a lot of piece of carbon filter out. Like I told you guys, if you guys have been following the stream, we brought Oriole's poop to the vet. They did testing on it, and they said there is nothing wrong with his poop. There's no parasites in the poop. You know, they checked it out. They said, yeah, his poop is fine. And I was like, yeah, this poop smells like hell, though. It smells terrible. And that's when they said, oh, put him on prescription cat food. You know, maybe he'll digest better. And he does digest better, but the smell is there. He's on probiotics. He's on wellness supplement with probiotic. Yeah. And it still smells. The smell has never gone away. I got to do more research for Oriole's poop. It's just an ongoing thing. Oriole is a very much an extra care cat. Extra cute, extra cuddly, but he has his issues, and he's been eating the same food, right? The prescription cat food. I had to pull the sheets today because he had a little smearing thing today. And yeah, so not all cats are easy maintenance. Oriole cat is not an easy maintenance cat, but he has such a cute face that, yeah, I'm okay with having to wipe down poop smears and pull sheets and things like that. Only, you know, but yeah, if Oreo wasn't so cute and cuddly, I don't know. I don't know. He has his positives and he has his negatives, and unfortunately his poop issue is a big negative, but there's more positives than negatives. It's just, yeah, if anybody was, you know, because we're not the original owners for Oriole, right? I imagine his other owners that he had. He had at least one other owner because he was on the street. And he's microchipped with that information. I'm sure his other owner was like, "Holy crap, this cat has a poop issue," and yeah, they didn't know what to do. And for us, it's, you know, it costs, you know, a good amount of money for his prescription food, and even then, that's still not the cure for it. There's only so much you can do for that. It's like, well, where do you turn to from that point, right? I don't know. So yeah, you guys, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya, and I hope you guys, yeah, I'm sorry I cut this thing off, but yeah, this is the price breakdown, the measurements. This is the 1-pack for the Pureberg. This is the 2-pack for the Pureberg. So if you buy the 2-pack, right, which will be able to cut 8 pieces out, they should be $2.12. And then, of course, the litter OEM. I think that's what you call it, OEM, original manufacturer. I'll say original electronic manufacturer. Filters is, look at this. It's like 3 times more than the freaking Pureberg filters, or like 4 times more. Oh yeah, a little less than 4 times more than the Captain Compass. I wish Little Robot accessories were cheaper. I truly wish they were. I wish it wasn't freaking $50 for a step, because if it wasn't $50 for a step, then I wouldn't think about making Oriole's cardboard box to step on instead. But yeah, I think of Little Robot, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think of Little Robot as like the Apple of litter boxes. And if you want to have a premium product, you better be ready to shell out premium prices for a piece of plastic or filter, because the idea is that if you can spend $500 on a Litter Robot, then you definitely can spend $500 on a cat step as well. Okay, I'll see you guys later.